A conjuring. In the thrift shop, I'm there to buy happiness, donated by the person who died in her sleep, 80 years old and grandkids graduating college. I put on the brown dress, it's cinched at the waist, 100 pleats hang down to call out Kansas. I want to be the woman who wore this dress before motherhood, the lady with the vintage hair and sepia photos, the gal posing in front of the Dodge Dart. I want to be her before she marries, though of course she would. Before the 3 sons, though of course that did happen. Before the recipes of the cardboard cards were placed into the ceramic box, designed with molded blue glazed windows in front. The tchotchke also sold today, perhaps to a sophomore with a run of 8 boyfriends, who yearns for family meals on Formica dinettes, a nostalgia for things she never had. Stories of stability, fabulous as milk teeth, mystical in handling, of voodoo on souls long dead, the peaceful lives we wish to borrow. This is called Maybelline. Epigram. They were always afraid of death, even when they bowed to the Virgin Mary, even preaching afterlife. The truth revealed in Epidemic, like a man gone drunk. I myself don't dread the bed that flowers memories of the deceased in its loamed plot. A refrigerator truck, now behind the hospital, a vase of fresh bodies, emptied from the morgue by men, white hazmat attire in this costumed pandemic of abominable snowmen, where good deeds put lipstick on pigs. A crowd bangs pots and pans to medical troops after the worst losses. I caress the debit machine with alcohol wipes. I touch each key with the skill of a doctor. I kill the virus with Procter & Gamble. I am a hero, killing that murderous protein wrapped in fat, puncturing our lungs. Tom Waits barks in the background as YouTube fills the apartment. You don't wait for me, never would wait for me. I work in this world of poison. You have to cover your own skin. I always knew I was alone. Isolation doesn't matter. Red to the color of honey, an epigram. You are the great cat, the avenger of the gods, the judge of words. You are indeed the great cat. Inscription in the Valley of Kings. Millions of mouses sculpt temples, hunt happily, until a priest breaks their tiny necks, snapping the warm breath out of orange. Ginger corpses disemboweled, embalmed, wrapped in linen. Minuscule mummies, tens of thousands, buried like yams in the world of Horus. Long bands of cat cemeteries stripe the dirt like forest full of fire. Picture marigold, saffron, koi-colored kittens on bright, tattered murals, artifacts unearthed by men tanned the color of curry. Long ago, Persia invaded, cats painted on shields, crowds of tabbies released to the battlefront, unnerving Egyptians who fled the animal spell in the underbelly of Ra's rusty sun. And this is from a recent trip to Coney Island. Okay. Overcast. Thick quilt of white and gray, the sky silent, the wonder wheel stands abandoned, the cyclone still, tilt-a-whirl, spookorama, destitute. Industrial steel skeletons with dead motors, locked behind a chain link fence, a bandana on the street, On Surf Avenue, a young drunk begs. Crime and grime coats his hands. He lacks a mask, yells he's hungry. COVID sprayed straight to Nathan's. The boardwalk stretches alone. A woman sits outside the door of a bathroom, sits on her lawn chair, hides in the cave of the stone's building arch, an oracle without kings. I reach the sand, a sienna crust sculpted by this morning's rain. I traipse through sea spray, cool foam shocks the toes. A swimmer far off glides through ocean, cutting the skin of the deep. Tenacity moves her arms, slow as night, a fellow traveler exploring the ghost town. Okay. And I work in a psychiatric clinic, and this is a poem from there. Chess at the clinic. We hold the plastic pieces, laugh at the farce of owning royalty. I take his rook, he kills my queen. My body jumps, my smile is an axe. He hears voices at night while roommates sleep in the other room. Shares this before taking my bishops. Depression is a liar, a gossip. Grief says I'll become lonely, destitute, searching for bifocals under the bed. He talks of lousy insurance, the state of the economy, co-pays of $1,000, the orbit around a lost family. The voice is telling him he's the devil. In my office, I pray to get cancer. The doctors go for lunch. The pawns are dead. And this is dedicated to Flatbush, Brooklyn, and it's called 1989, when I first started working there. Okay. Clear plastic vials the size of hornets, red, yellow, or blue caps, once holding baking soda, cooked with cocaine. These strewn coffins dot parking lots where city employees have Fords and Hondas. Oak trees watch. Clinic patients yell ghost tooth myths, skipping through fiery coals of thought, fingertips burned from a pipe's hot glass stem in perpetual ochre. Young nurses exhausted. In 1989, a hunted girl face slashed off Clarkson by a kid, his booked passage into the local gang of Red, who would let him deal. Youngsters, birds of prey, helping their mothers buy laundry soap on Parkside Avenue. And in 2009, it's rows of two family homes attached like childhood friends, fresh brick, paved over gardens for two Camrys each, a couple of elms, and every entrance now gated with decorative wrought iron grills. A son in college, a girl in medical school, the crack addicts gone, K2 lurking behind the hedges. And John Robert Lewis died this year, so I have this poem dedicated to him. I wrote this a while ago, actually. Okay. He was pinned to God the way a mother pins a child's address onto a coat, or an exile carries a suitcase for his elderly father. This is not much else to do but grasp the obligation. So when he came to Pettus Bridge, blocked by policemen with raised batons, he flew forward into the bloody sticks, cast like Jonah into the whale, for he had a message to send Nineveh. Nothing was going to keep him back. Okay. And this is called To Lou, and this is about hoping for retirement. Which would be very nice. Okay. This is called To Lou. You asked me to write a poem about retirement. Instead, I drew a jagged yellow amoeba. Its lightning glare, its exposed fangs. I know rage like I know my mouth, biting down on the snakehead of memory. Can retirement kill all those giant snakes? Can the glaring lights of flashbacks go dark on the beach, no longer entering assigned wards the scenes of countless crimes? Where doctors filled crossword puzzles instead of looking at patients? Will my nights go quiet? That's why I think about death. The ground, a bed of feathers, Ortiz cotton lined with ermine pelts, the princess and the pea, minus the lagoon, a lawn chair in heaven. Yes, in heaven. My body no longer attacked in day halls while nurses hide in bathrooms. No more trips to the emergency room rolled in on a gurney. No more neck injuries healed on workman's comp. Lou, I have 6 more years, 6 more birthdays, a long fucking marathon, a walk to 62. You say I curse in my dreams, hit the bed, scare the cats. You can only blame it on sleep, the unconscious. I could do it, Lou. I know I can make it. Now I'm doing Reading the Second Coming in 2019. Walking down the filthy steps of the dirt-stained stairwell, touching the gray walls blindly. I am in the days of troubles, reading Yeats, The Center Cannot Hold, foreshadowing Nazis and Stalin, his exquisite chain of words, a necklace for rice cooker bombs and Kevlar book bags, our own nerves, muscles tight, flex for power the high alert hours, or listening for the active shooter. Till the mental hospital mirrors your heart and you find yourself collecting food, water, checking your pipes, looking for lead, as the 45th president calls himself the Second Coming in the broadband width of white supremacy. Paper is crumpled in my hand. The Second Coming is Xerox for friends, a game of Paul Revere warning us the worst is coming. I need alcohol, crave sex, love to take the edge off breath. The darkness drops again. And I am astounded by its beauty and verse, so prescient, so I cry while thrilled. Okay. So now, I don't know what I'm doing for time. How much time?
2 more minutes.
All right, 2 more minutes. Okay. So this is one for around Christmas time. It's called Untitled. Gray blue sunlight. Oh no, that is not the poem. Here it is, December 10th. Light bulbs festoning the stretched wire. The smell of pines scenting the snow. The young men from upstate selling 8-footers with their vinyl gloves. The women shivering in the trucks. Coffee everywhere, warming hands that still remain pink. My grandfather's fingers retraced, his arms sore, shoveling coal, Bayonne, New Jersey, from the heavy wagons. Their fingers deep in the dark reach of winter work, holding a thermos under the dashboard. That's it. Thank you everybody. Thank you, Miss Levikov, Mindy. That's it. Bye. How'd it go?
Beautiful.